Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard's coverage of the Kyoorius Design Yatra. The conference shed light on the changing dynamics of how design agencies approach their work. An innovation consultancy firm, Fahrenheit 212's managing partner Todd Rovak, talked about how the amalgamation of data and design can help innovate and build brands and businesses. Listen in. I want to first start by asking a statement that I read. That you think that innovation is not a random exercise but a predictable, scalable capability.
Absolutely.
Could you explain that, and how is this different from what the definition of innovation is generally?
Sure. So I think that you're starting with the issue that most people don't have a definition for innovation.
Yeah.
And so
it is a random exercise.
It is a completely random exercise, even the idea of saying that word. And so when people are looking for innovation, they tend to mean new. The way that we think about innovation is people that need growth, and particularly top-line growth. So, so an innovation consultancy should not be there to cut costs, to streamline your operations, to change necessarily your organizational structure, although there is that business.
So who do you compete with? What kind of firms and agencies?
Sure. So when people want growth, they typically go to a few kinds of firms. On one side, they'll go to design firms. And they'll say, well, I want a new logo, I want a new storefront. The problem is when they do just that, they don't necessarily get great businesses. They get a bunch of ideas and not necessarily stuff they can get to market, but they get fabulous ideas and fabulous thinking. IDEO is a great competitor for us. They're a fantastic design firm. On the other side, we also compete with management consultancies. So when people want growth, they'll often turn to their McKinsey or their BCG and say, okay, well, you're writing our company growth strategy, so can you come up with some ideas for us? They tend to fail by never having the big thinking that excites consumers. So they can show you where to go. They can say,
no ideas.
But they don't have any ideas to put into that space. So we tend to compete with firms just like that. What we do is we try and bring the best of both worlds.